What's going on, guys? Daddy D here today with another educational baby video. Now, my original video was made as a joke, guys, because I love YouTube. I love that subscribe button. I love the like button. I like comments. I like all of those very YouTube things. Now, guys, today's video is bath time. We're going to be doing a very high-level overview of the main steps and major sequences associated with bath time. Now, what is the situation? You have just completed a feed. This boy here finished his bottle. This boy here still has an ounce. You are the victor tonight. You receive a victor's kiss. You, my friend, are the runner-up. That's the runner's-up kiss. It wasn't as good as the victor's kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with friendly competition. Now, guys, bottles are done. Solid foods have been eaten. It's a process. Solid foods are not a topic of discussion in this video, so we're going to leave that out. However, we do have two boys on these boppies. One of these boys is going to be our first candidate for bath time. The other boy is going to need to have some last-minute play time. Eeny, meeny, miny, boy, it's time to play. Do you want to play? You're going to grab the boy like so. He is in a position that is showing, dude, it is time to play. But he just ate. Isn't that going to make his sick stomach? No, he's fine. Shh. You are going to zip the boy like this, making sound effects reminiscent of Top Gun or any other 80s fighter jet flick such as Iron Eagle. Now, to continue, you are going to get the boy that is subject for bath time. He is very little and very small. Now, prior to bath time, it is very key that you have all of the proper tools set up. Folks, the bath apparatus we're going to be using is this Fisher-Price hammocky thing. There is a line on the inside of this bathtub indicating the appropriate fluid level that needs to be put into the tub prior to a boy entering the tub. You can't go into that tub without that water being at that line. Now, the next products, very straightforward, folks. We are not condoning any brand names or brand associations in this video. The selection of the soap is very random. Please speak to our lawyers with any further questions. We're going to be using this whale-like device. There's perforations on the bottom. This is going to allow us to scoop the water and pour some sugar on boy's face. In case of an emergency, you're going to find a blue duck. The blue duck can be used to distract boy from any sort of aggravating situations, such as boy starts to pee all over the place. He then proceeds to poop. He's not comfortable in his poop. At that point, you're able to pull out the blue duck, completely changing the boy's emotional state from angry at poop to loving the blue. The washcloth, very critical. That needs to be a part of your toolkit. Now, after the bath is done, the boy needs to go into some kind of receptacle to dry him off. Tonight, we're going to be using Polar Bear. Polar Bear is a very, very advanced boy post-bath swaddle. Polar Bear is going to wrap around boy's head like such, and the sides are going to wrap around his arms and underneath his ass with this part. Everything will merge and come together on top of this boy with the Polar Bear. The Polar Bear is also thick. Less thick, however, is the single Raiden head, cute swaddle model bath time apparatus. You're going to have to double that up with this, okay? So don't use just this. You have to use both, okay? That is going to be just as thick as Polar Bear. Now, the next step, we have to begin filling the tub up and simultaneously undress this boy so that the water level is going to be perfectly at the line when we return. Now, I've already taken the liberty of getting the water to the right temperature. I had it much hotter earlier. This is going to allow the water to cool over time and probably retain some of that heat. You'll notice that I'm using my wrist to assess the temperature of the water. It's a great fucking thing to do. So right now we're just gonna get the water at a nice temperature. We want it just right. The moment we flip that sink from water assessment mode to filling up tub mode, it's time to go. That moment is now, folks. Let's go. Into the nursery we go. Diapers and poop await. Now, you'll notice that we have encountered an obstruction to our path to change this boy. We are under a very tight time crunch with the tub filling up. We're going to quickly remove this. We are going to grab a diaper out of the drawer. We are going to be using this speckled diaper located on the farthermost left-hand side. Now, I'm going to quickly place the diaper in the left corner. We are going to commence with undressing this boy. The diaper will be used for later, for after the bath. I'm going to take the socks off first. Now remember, I am under a time frame, so I'm going to focus on controlling these ankles, pulling the pants from the hip, keeping those ankles controlled, switching hands, taking these off. Now folks, I'm going to do a backhand toss, tossing those pants into the hamper located in the corner. I'm going to use my middle finger like this, grab the boy's hand, not with your mouth, push it through, pull. Push it through, pull. Then we're going to grab his legs with one arm. We're going to get this as far down over as we can. And eventually you're going to bottom out. And you need to bottom up. Ha ha ha. Under the leg and over. That sucked. Don't do that. Okay. I've unraveled his diaper. But in order to control the penis, to prevent any explosions of urine, I'm going to quickly grab a wipe. This wipe is a pre-cleansing wipe. Of course, we're about to give him a bath. We're just going to go ahead and cleanse. As you can see, this boy does have a poop, but we are speeding up because we are under a time crunch. Now, folks, it's not the end of the world if the tub overfills. I'll show you the proper technique in case if you were a little slow doing this process. You'll notice that boy is panting with a lot of excitement. He likes bath time. He knows bath time. It's very helpful if you execute bath time at the same time every night. This allows the boy to get into a routine and know the sounds of the bath and the timing. It also is well aligned with his circadian rhythm because after bath, this boy sure gets tired. Let's go, folks. All right. We are in a good place, folks. We're going to turn the water off. And we overshot just a hair, but not a problem. So the water is now at the line. You're going to pick the boy up and slowly drop him into the tub thing. Now, I'm going to immediately start out by getting the boy wet as fast as possible. That initial temperature is going to feel nice and warm on his underside, but you have to imagine that his arms and his legs are sticking up, so you want to get him wet on top. Now, he's going to kick and splash, do what he likes to do. He is very little. We're going to completely dunk our washcloth, wring it out. You want to get that soap, you know, it's really white, it's very gummy and gunky, it's very nice in texture. The boy loves that feeling. It's more than a feeling. You're going to start to scrub his feet. And folks, if you have help and the other boy is, making a fuss, sometimes you just gotta go assess the other boy, come back to what you're doing. Now, Lo is filming right now, so she is taking the liberty of calming that boy behind the camera's view. As you can see, the way we start is from the feet up to the head. I already started on boy's left foot. A lot of stuff with boy can be quite tight. So sometimes it's good to floss his toes. So I'm going to floss this toe. I'm going to take the washcloth. I'm going to spread my fingers with two fingers, kind of like you're double clicking a mouse or doing some other motion with this washcloth, okay? You're going to split it so there's some tension, right? Use those two fingers like this and create some tension in that washcloth. That's going to allow you to create that toe floss. Very good. Now, you will notice sometimes when you're doing an excellent floss job, when you're making the right motions, your dog will get excited. If your dog is female, you gotta chill her out. Quit exciting that bitch. Khaleesi, thank you very much. As you can see, the boy enjoys it. Okay. So, after I finish flossing this foot's toes, I'm going to teach you folks a very valuable lesson about baby monitors. This happens all the time to you pet owners. The good thing about our channel here is you get the action at its most live, unaltered, unhindered state. Now, I'm making a lot of motions, circular motions on his butthole right now, and that's because this boy tends to chafe when he plays, and also, notice how I bring him back up when he slides down. He's going to slide down throughout the bath. That's not a problem. I make a lot of circular motions with a lot of soap on his butthole because think of all the products and chemicals and dirt that are inside those diapers. And, you know, they wear diapers literally all day long. So I like to spend a lot of time on his butt. It's nice and smooth. I like to help make it, you know, nice and clean for him. You know, you got to get underneath his ball sack. So the ball sack technique is to always watch his mouth to make sure he's not swallowing water. Grab these 2 feet, take your finger, lift that ball sack. You can get right under there. And, you know, the boy might want to eat his toes while you're cleansing him. That's not a problem. Get in that belly button. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take his thighs. Now he did slide down, so I'm going to move him up just a hair. Check out this one. So we're going to take his knees and push him down just so he can get into his hips, because his hips have a lot of little cracks and crevices. You want to get all that clean. Yeah. No crack. The only crack we like is a butt crack, am I right? I'm going to grab his right arm. I'm going to get underneath his armpit, making an upward motion towards his hand. Now, the hands each need their own dedicated pump of soap. Pump the soap. Pump, pump the soap. Pump, pump the soap in the hand. So I'm going to wrap the washcloth that has been pumped with soap all over his hand, and I'm going to clean his fingers by just kind of squeezing them and stroking each finger upwards, okay? So his little fingers, they're really cute. You're just going to stroke it. You know, it's really small. Stroke it with those 2 fingers like this. Clean the fingers. Stroke the fingers, right? We're going to go to do the same thing with the left hand. Boy, there is also another boy Lauren's going to attend to. Oh! I'm setting the phone down. There we go. So you're getting a very real glimpse. Like mommy can't film to the fullest extent while daddy is bathing. You know, bathing is a very, very difficult task, especially with 2 boys. You know, whenever you have one being bathed, that's kind of the easy part. It's the other one, because they love baths so much. The other one's over there thinking to himself, why am I not the one in the bathtub right now? And this guy is making noises to his brother that are saying, hell fucking yeah, dude. I'm the one in the bath. Like, this is where the party's at. His brother wants to be in on the party. It's important to recognize these social dynamics in the room. If you notice, I'm going to be using a pump of soap, and I'm making circular motions on his head. Making circular motions around his head is going to help exfoliate his skin. Sometimes you'll notice the little boy has little dry spots, and a light massage on the head makes them feel really good, and it helps get all that skin that might be kind of hanging out. You know, that flappy skin. It'll get all that taken care of. Hey, you're not supposed to interact with the cameraman. That's against the contract. Here. So I am going to take the washcloth and lightly get his neck back and forth. You know, just stroke that neck. I know it looks like we're trying to hang him. You know, that's not happening. We're just lightly gliding it. And that's going to get all of the milk and just gunk that builds up under his chin. His chin is kind of like, we got a pier. What are you going to do with pee? Stick your hand in the way. Shield him from it. Now, fortunately, that was just a little pee, but, you know, it happens. Every bath. If the boy hasn't peed in the bath, you probably are not done with the bath. Now, this boy has been thoroughly cleaned. I am going to go ahead, take the washcloth, wrinkle it up, lift his head, and get those ears just a little bit, okay? So I'm going to do this one so you can see. I have the head slightly lifted. I'm always trying to keep, the water moving, and he's going to eat his feet, and I'm going to do this. Circle, 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 circle. So if you circle, jerk the head, then everything just comes together, okay? So we are now at a point where we can take perforated whale and begin to rinse them off. We're going to do that really quickly. Start with the bottom. Now we're here. And I'm making swooping motions, getting his face wet, but I'm not putting water directly on his face. Yes, son. Thank you for that input. He believes the technique is sufficient, so better hit that subscribe button. Oh, we got a splasher. Oh yeah, you'll notice, it's always good to wear water-resistant clothing. That helps. So, the boy is now, Forgot to mention, it's important for Dad to have his water too. It's time to get boy in the polar bear. Now, if you're soloing this exercise, you always want to keep your eyes on the boy. You can simply do this where your tools are located. Now, at a very, very young age, I would recommend putting this polar bear on an adjacent couch or piece of furniture. But at this stage, we can safely and quickly put the boy down, make sure the whole polar bear shroud is over his head, and he begins the drying process as soon as possible. So, with a 3, 2, gotcha, 1, we are going to lightly place the boy next to our body to retain that warmth, get him into polar bear formation, and whoosh, 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 whoosh. Polar bear power! He's got a polar bear force that you've never seen before. I'm gonna do so much good. He's got the ability to have suds on his forehead. No one will ever dry him now. The power lies in his wow, 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 wow. Polar bear boys. Wow, 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 wow. Polar bear boys. So as I just demonstrated, folks, it is often very appropriate at bath time to begin breaking out in song and dance. This will keep the boy calm as his body is readjusting to temperatures. Now, I'm going to hold him close to me. Hold him by his ass. You can take your fingers, put them on each cheek. You just can kind of rub them a little bit, get them dry. Next, we will change this boy, but we've already seen that in some other videos, haven't we, boy? With a successful bath done, you'll find that you have more time to just hug and squeeze the polar bear in your life. I'm Daddy D. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful bath.